Right now, police are trying to find the person who caused this. It happened around 2:30 yesterday afternoon. A man in his 20s was shot while driving on Cooper Chapel Road, then veered off the road and crashed into an apartment complex pool off of Brookbend Way. He died at the hospital. Thankfully, no one was in that pool at the Crossings apartment complex when this happened. The gate mangled and the gutters off the pool house now on the ground. It wasn't until officers arrived when they realized it was much more than a crash.
Once they arrived on scene, witnesses had located a adult male subject inside the vehicle and had retrieved him from the vehicle and were rendering aid to them, and it was updated as a shooting.
The driver, who was shot at least once, died at the hospital a few hours later. People on scene watched as the LMPD dive team helped hook that car up to a tow truck.
Weird one, huh?
This is the first time I've seen a vehicle in a pool and something happening like this. So I'm sure everyone's alarmed in the neighborhood about this, and not something that you see very often. This is definitely a first one for me.
And according to LMPD, no one else was hurt in the incident. They are still searching for a suspect. Now to that deadly mass shooting in Richmond, Virginia. A 19-year-old man accused of opening fire outside a high school graduation appeared in court today. He's now facing murder charges as one family grieves the loss of a father and a son who was one of those graduates. ABC's Justin Finch tracking developments from Washington.
What should have been cheers for the graduating class of Huguenot High School instead turning to screams as gunfire sent terrified students and their families scrambling for cover. Police arriving within 45 seconds to a theater near Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond, where the graduation was held. Authorities later confirming 2 people were gunned down, 18-year-old student Sean Jackson and his stepfather Renzo Smith, both shot and killed. Sean's mother telling ABC News her family was there to celebrate his graduation. Sean's 9-year-old sister, also a victim, recovering in a wheelchair after being hit by a car while fleeing the area. One witness describing how the joy of those gathered quickly turned to grief.
I walked past this guy and he ran, and the next thing I know, he was shot. It was total chaos.
Sending multiple units to the area. All traffic stand by.
Authorities say 5 others suffered gunshot wounds. Officials say a 19-year-old suspect is in custody, facing 2 second-degree murder charges with possibly more to follow.
We believe there must be accountability for this violence.
Police say multiple handguns were found at the scene and believe the shooting was targeted.
I'm tired of seeing people get shot.
The Richmond School District is canceling all graduation ceremonies until further notice. The Gun Violence Archive says so far this year, there have been 279 mass shootings. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Back here at home, thousands of JCPS teachers are learning a new way to teach your children to read in an effort to help improve their reading scores. Kindergarten through 8th grade in Jefferson County will now all be under one reading program. Tuesday, our Grace McKenna attended a professional development event for teachers.
Know if they're ready for the final assessment.
Before JCPS students learn to read this fall, their teachers are back in summer school.
I felt like I was tiptoeing when I came in, but today I kind of feel like I put the whole boot in the water.
Starting next school year, the district is bringing K through 8 students under one reading curriculum called EL. District leaders say it has a stronger focus on fundamentals.
Most commonly, people would refer to that as your phonics, phonemic awareness, your comprehension, your reading.
Before now, schools had about 150 different programs with different learning styles and different expectations.
We're looking at taking the curriculum from being like a mile wide to looking at taking a curriculum and making it a mile deep.
According to recent state data, just 38% of JCPS third graders met Kentucky's requirements for reading proficiency.
When we build that background knowledge, it's easier for our students to tackle grade level text, and it also gives our schools that support in foundational skills.
EL is already being used in some JCPS schools. The district is encouraged so far, noting it'll be a while before the results show up for 2023's kindergartners.
When we can learn what is best for students and actually make change on bigger scale, our kids are going to get what they need in the long run.
Some teachers themselves, the ones forming this foundation, are hopeful.
Kindergarten rocks. Their brains are like sponges, so they take in just about everything you teach them. So I think that this is going to help progress their learning.
Leaders also say EL brings JCPS more in line with other districts its size and with recent state law aimed at improving reading across the board.
Students are going to have that common language and they're going to be able to understand what they're doing, and that is just monumental for our district.
The rollout falls on these teachers. Getting back to basics before August. Grace McKenna, WHAS 11 on your side.
The district said it will cost about $9 million to implement this new program. The teacher development will continue this week with another session in July. Louisville is also investing millions to help kids get a head start on their education. Monday, Mayor Craig Greenberg announced $4.6 million in grants for early learning. The money's coming from American Rescue Plan funds and will go to 8 different organizations, including Metro United Way.
Creating a more equitable future for all of Louisville's children and families requires teamwork, coordination, and collaboration. The needs of children and families across our community are complex and diverse, requiring supports and solutions that are equally complex and diverse.
Some of the projects include expanding access to educational therapies, providing free books, and building natural play areas. A complaint about a New Albany business has caused some uproar on social media. One patron says he was denied access because of his wheelchair. Well, the business owner says that never happened and it was all a misunderstanding. Our Bobby McSwine spoke to those involved and found a solution that may have been born out of this very controversy.
More than 800 shares and 200 comments. This post making its rounds on social media, leaving some questioning ADA compliance at Floyd Brewing Company in New Albany, and specifically at the Enchanted Forest and Music Hall.
At the brewery, I wasn't witnessed as a human being. I was witnessed as an obstacle in a wheelchair that was just there for some sort of agenda.
Jim Bullitt says that's how he felt Saturday when he visited the venue with friends for a concert. He says he was told he could watch the band from the Overlook, a passageway where attendees can see the performance without going downstairs.
I wanted to get down and sit with my friends and watch the band just like a human being.
Bullitt says he was then told the fire exit on the side of the venue served as an entrance for wheelchair-bound patrons. But it was soldered shut because of the gravel near that entrance, something owner Brian Hampton says isn't true.
There obviously is some big misunderstanding. We've had regular wheelchairs through here. We have mobilized wheelchairs that have been right at the stage. The night he was here, a friend of ours was there. He was with a walker right up beside the stage.
Hampton says he personally helps disabled patrons cross the fire entrance threshold because there's a curb, but he was busy running lights and video at the time. 3 minutes later, Brian says he got to the gate, but Bullitt was gone. He says they haven't had any face-to-face contact, a missed opportunity for a deeper understanding.
It breaks my heart that to put so much effort into trying to make this place accessible for everybody and anyone, to have anyone feel that way.
Bullitt says he felt belittled and treated like half a person.
Handicapped people have just as much a right to wheel themselves about or make themselves about without having any kind of assistance. People pick them up and carry them downstairs.
Now, another ramp could soon be added that would fix that problem. The issue being taken up next Tuesday in a Public Works and Safety Board meeting in New Albany, years after Hampton says he's been asking for the addition. In New Albany, Bobby McSwine, WHAS 11 on your side.
Simmons College of Kentucky is adding a new group to its workforce partnership program with the state. Since February, the school has offered college courses to 2 Kentucky prisons. That's North Point Training Center and Luther Luckett Correctional Complex. Now hundreds of people over at the Correctional Institution for Women can enroll as well.
Programs like this are critical to help us move forward. This is a special moment in time, and it takes all of us, including everything that's going to be done here, to reach our full potential as a state.
Governor Andy Beshear said the federally funded program will help get these women an associate's or bachelor's degree, and once they complete that program, they'll be eligible for jobs earning anywhere from $40,000 to $80,000 a year.